Money moves. Money moves. Money is always moving. And maybe that's why we say money moves, because we're aligned to that energy. What do you think?
Currency exchange, it's interesting like how words have the energy for like money. Currency is money.
Yeah.
Water represents money.
Yeah.
Earth, right? It's the structure through which it moves.
Yeah.
How does money move? What are the structures through which money moves?
Mm-hmm.
How does money flow?
Yeah. And the truth is, so many people just don't get it. What I mean by that is, even people that accumulate it don't get its power. Because you can accumulate something without actually knowing its worth, without actually knowing the true value and what you can do with this. And it's because you hold enough to keep it, but you don't hold the frequency to transmute it and to really shift it into like what it's actually meant to do. It's actually connecting to the frequency and knowing where is it vibrating at, how does it feel, and knowing your heart, knowing what it actually is that your heart like feels, and what it is that your heart is like, that's a fuck yes, this is mission, this is purpose, this is true authentic alignment, this is loving the game, this is the game that you're meant to be playing. Don't be playing somebody else's game.
Why are you building this channel? What is this about?
We are in between timelines, we are in between like moments of history, which is really interesting because the word history, right? If you break it down into his story, right? His story, and you're really understanding his story, and in a perspective of God, a universal story that is repeating itself, but it's always in a way where you can see things from the past connected to the future and be purely in the present, knowing that you have a purpose for the story as a whole. And it goes into like, it goes backwards, it goes forwards, and it's stillness. It's still. It's still.
Why 33 days?
So the reason that I'm starting this channel really is to share a moment in not only my story, but a moment in history. Because I'm not here to just show you my life. I'm here to show you what's going on right now in 2025. And I'm here to show it to you through a different lens, through the most authentic, pure lens that I possibly can. And someone who has not only studied filmmaking, which is almost the recreation of life through different perspectives, okay? And cinema, which is identifying and connecting to the beauty of the human experience. But someone who's lived it, someone who's lived it through multiple different seats at the table. If you look at life as a movie and you say, yeah, my life is a movie, how many of us feel, my life is a movie? Well, it is. It's a movie, it's a story. History is your story, okay? It's his story from a bigger perspective. And you are actually a reflection of God. You were created in God's image, correct? As a creator. And that is why when you start creating, you start feeling more in what? In purpose. When you start purely consuming, you feel off. You feel like there's something that you're not doing. And this channel is a reminder of your purpose. It's a reminder of who you can be and who you truly are. It's a wake-up call. It's a reflection of your story and what that story can be. I am starting it with something that is, I'm starting this portal. You know, even if we look at a channel, right? We look at a channel. What is it? It's like, remember, I'm putting the channel on TV and you're connecting to a what? To a frequency. So I'm aligning a frequency right now. I'm creating and I'm tapping into that frequency, but really I'm aligning it to me. The more it's actually aligned to who I really am, the more there's that opportunity for it to resonate with you, because it's based on something that's true. Now, guess what? Authenticity is the most powerful is the most powerful energetic pull of all of creation, especially in a time of bullshit, in a time of fake, kind of quick, trying to grab attention. I'm here to connect, okay? And I'm here to connect not on just a mind level. I'm here to connect on a heart level. I'm here to connect on a soul level. I'm here to connect across timelines. Now, maybe it's not easy, but there's a simplicity to it. And I'm also doing something that I've never done as well, which is to showcase things that I've never shown before. And when you do that, you start asking yourself questions. You say, how do I best do this in a way that is, just representing, but also makes it entertaining for the viewer, right? And there's an entertaining factor that comes into play. Now, what does it mean to be entertained? It means to be captivated, correct? It means to have something in us resonate, to want to see more. Now, we are inundated by fake captivations because of little hooks, because of psychological things that make us want to continue. I'm not interested in that. Sometimes I might put a hook here and there. I might put a phrase, and a copy. And as someone who understands copywriting, I might put some of these things here and there to kind of gain a little bit of perspective, of momentum, of grabbing people's attention, of tests, of data, of seeing what resonates from my own perspective. Because everybody has a different frequencies. Everybody is different. Everyone has a different DNA that is going to attract in a different way. So I'm actually getting to know myself in this portal. Does that make sense? I'm now entering the portal of YouTube. And within the portal of YouTube, I'm creating my own portal. And guess what? There might be a whole different portal from YouTube that's going to be created from this experience, which you are now invited into this journey, which really is an invitation to the discovery of you. Because one of the things that I've been extremely not only passionate about, but has been really important over the last couple of years has been the discovery, the deepening of who we are as people, and conversations that really ignite people to truly find and truly remember deeper layers of themselves, deeper layers of the reason that they're here, the gifts that they have, and the higher purpose. How many people in the world right now are living in complete confusion and complete lack of purpose and complete desperation for a way out? So many people that I see on a daily basis, all I have to do is look out the window and I can feel the energy. I can feel that. And that's, I think, one of the reasons that I'm making this channel, because I want to share a certain perspective. I want to share a truth that is so real in my heart, which is you actually have a purpose. And not only you have it, okay, but there's actually ways of unlocking that. It's not something that you have to go throughout your entire life, because I have seen people again and again and again go through life and actually leave this life without never having actually tapped into that potential, into that purpose. And that hurts me. And I know myself as well that purpose and potential are aligned, but you can be aligned with your purpose and not fully live your potential, right? And that right there is deep.
That's so deep. You can be aligned with your purpose and not fully live your potential.
And that's exactly where I'm at right now. I have discovered, remembered, and unlocked potential of thousands of people, purposes of thousands of people. And I've done it in many different ways. The most common way that people know is the game, the purpose game that I created, of course, which if you don't know about it, you just keep looking at this channel, find out a little bit more, and you'll find out more about purpose games and stuff like that.
I want to know more about the purpose game.
Do you?
Tell me, yeah. 2 seconds.
Is the game there? Throw it. Cool. This game, I created it once upon a time. Let's just say that. And it's a game that is for those who did it go deep. Card game. You know what? Let me just ask you a question. Okay. It's based on introspective, thought-provoking, and really questions that are meant to ignite the soul. And this was actually the first game of created multiple different games for different organizations, companies, cafes, and every single one had a different purpose. But really, at the core, they all had a purpose of igniting the one thing that people struggle with the most. And if that right there was actually not only improved, but really starting to resonate from a different place, the whole world would be different. And that's conversation. Okay? We're having a conversation right now. That's the reason you're connecting with me, correct? My dear viewer. Now, if I was not able to have this conversation, I would not be able to transmit this transmutation, this transmission, and now would not be able to have it land on your side and process. It's through the connection that we have, through the conversation, that allows what? Not only deeper connections to be formed, but neural networks and higher networks of life, and that creates actual transformation. I'm going to give you an example. I want you to imagine that you look at the world, okay? Go imagine you have an ability to fly, and you go all the way up from the world and you look at the planet. What are you really seeing? You're seeing energy. You're seeing energy move. It's all energy moving. Now, how does that energy actually go into motion, and how do you see the neural networks and the networks happening of this energy in exchange? Is through conversation. You see conversation happening all day long. It's all networks of conversation, from people talking to their family, people talking about business and work, to politics. It's all conversations right now that are happening. And here's the thing. There is a lack of purpose, of depth, of reverence, of authenticity in these conversations. Content, what is content? Content is conversations that are happening between the creator and the person who is actually taking whatever form of creation. There is a lack of reverence that is happening between this person and that, because they're just doing it for a certain attention. They're doing it from, a lot of people are doing it from desperation and wanting to be seen and wanting to be heard and wanting to receive something finally. But what if we shifted that? What if we unlocked the true purpose of it? It would change everything. Everything around the globe is conversations. If we heighten the level of conversations, we heighten the level of life. Heighten your conversations around you in your life, and you will see your life change. Straightforward as that. Why? Because it's through those conversations that you realize that every single word has a frequency. Every single word matters. Because words hold frequency, hold energy. My words hold energy. And that right there changes the entire game when you truly understand it. Why do you think music is energy? These lyrics are powerful. You combine powerful lyrics with powerful resonance in musical sonics, and that can change life. That will change the way that you feel. Your emotion is going to go, it's going to go backward, it's going to go forward, it's going to feel, it's going to heartbreak, it's going to shift things in your body, it's going to shift you on a cellular level. How powerful is that? That's the power of music, but that's the power of conversation. So, going back to this, you grab a card and you ask, top or bottom? So let me ask you, top or bottom?
Bottom.
Bottom. All right, question. So there's a question at the top, question at the bottom. What would you do in your life if success was guaranteed? What would be the answer to that to you?
I wouldn't give up. I would do anything I wanted to do.
Okay.
And everything fearlessly. There's no point in being fearful of anything, right? Just go for it.
So let me say that, what if what you just said is the absolute truth? What if, instead of it seeing, if this was guaranteed, I would do this. What if we moved it around and we said, because you actually do this, success is guaranteed? That's the answer. That's actually the answer. Do you understand that? And that is the power of questions. Questions will get you to unlock. The reason this game is called purpose, not just because you're having purposeful conversations. We've had people get married through this game. We had people email us. We met in Europe. One of us had the game. We ended up having to speak again. We got on FaceTime playing the game. We had met. We knew we needed to get to know each other more. Next thing you know, we're married because of the purpose game. We just wanted to thank you. I've had the most incredible stories from parents and like crazy stuff. Okay. And the reason why is because purpose and purpose as an energy is connected to clarity. Clarity. And clarity goes deeper than just seeing the vision. It goes deeper than just understanding. It goes into purity. Purity. It goes into the lack that it goes into transitioning from dissonance, distraction, all of this into harmony. I get you. I hear you. I feel you. I'm with you. I'm present. Tell me more. That right there is what the frequency of love. The frequency of love is when you actually there for somebody else, where you're there connected to another individual and you're there at a real level. When you get clarity, you start getting what? You start getting answers. How good do answers feel when you start feeling answers in your life? True answers that thank you. Thank you. When someone tells you something, when God tells you something, when you tell yourself something and you know that's the truth. Answers is what? It's truth. But you only get to answers when you ask the questions. Now, we do not ask ourselves the questions, most people in life, enough to unlock the truths, the answers that will get us to clarity, that will connect us to our purpose. It's a cycle. It's a flywheel effect. And guess what? This purpose is a game. It's life, the game of life. So this is a game that helps you play the game of life at a higher level.
That's powerful.
Yeah. So now there's so much more to it, right? And so when it comes to what we're doing here, and the reason why I'm really doing this, it's because if we all are able to unlock potential through these conversations, we're able to unlock potential through our truth, we're able to unlock potential within each other from a purpose level. That's one of the ways that you actually are able to create enough shift in frequency to change the world. And for me, I'm curious, and I want to see where the alignment of my mind with the power of my heart, and also just like the direction that I feel called to from my soul, I want to see what happens. I can tell you some things that I can tell you pretty much for sure. And that is when I commit to something, I commit to something. And I want to showcase what commitment does. I want to showcase what discipline does. I want to showcase layers of strength, pillars of strength across multiple dimensions. We as people think we know what strength is, but sometimes we need to actually feel what strength is within ourselves. I only know how strong I really am because I've been weak. I only know how committed and disciplined I fucking am because I've been the absolute opposite. All right? I only know how devoted I am to my mission and how devoted I am to my truth and how devoted I am to like doing the things that I talk about when nobody's watching because I know what the opposite actually is. Genuinely. And because I understand that, I get that. I don't understand it. I freaking get it. I can see somebody there. And I've been a bridge many times. And gray is a frequency. Gray itself is a frequency. That's why my newsletter is called The Gray Frequency. Because it's a transitional bridge from darkness to light. The gray frequency is a transition that you can tap into to move from chaos to peace, to clarity. Now it's a movement. It's life. It's your yin to your yang. It's not good and evil. It's a coin. And sometimes you have to realize that everything that happens, you get to choose what side of the coin you're gonna be on. We cannot not have things in our life that are challenging. But when we have that, we decide how we're going to take that. We decide, what it is that we really commit, not only to doing, but to being. On this platform, I want to showcase the difference between just doing and the real process of becoming, because we can continuously be in a loop of doing more. But what if you actually focus on becoming more, and what that really means? And that goes back into capacity. That goes back into actually what does it mean to hold space from a place of full presence, full truth. And you can only do that when you've experienced enough of the other side of it. And many of you are experiencing a lot of pain right now. That's probably the truth. I don't know why, but I think that pain is often seen as an energetic exchange that is connected to weakness. It's connected to being in a loop that you do not want to be in. And the reality is that you do not need to be in a cycle of pain. But if you are in a cycle of pain right now, this is an opportunity. And I'm here to tell you that that is the biggest opportunity if, only if, you shift your perspective from being a victim to taking life by the horns and realizing that victory is right there. It's right next to you. It's right in front of you. And you got to take that pain and let it fuel you towards a higher vision, a higher purpose. And purpose is the path. Purpose is the path. It's the path. You have one life. Let's put it simply like this. Okay? You've been watching this video. If you've been watching this video so far, great. You have one life. Okay? Do you love your life right now? Do you love it? If you don't, you're misaligned from your purpose, 100%. Let's align that life and this purpose together. That is the bridge. That is the purpose energy. That is the purpose path. That is the purpose frequency. So on this channel, I would love to guide you through it more and more. And it's a journey. And I think a community that goes really into higher levels of alliances that have different intentions, different purposes, that are all coming from a powerful place, a loving place, is what we're going to be creating. And like I told my friend here, I think I'm excited to be surprised. Why not be surprised of what we can become as a collective? Why not be surprised of what a certain portal can transform into? God has a higher plan, always, but it all starts with you taking the first step. So this is my first video transmission before we begin and we enter the game.